Good morning, champions. Life is not for the weak-hearted. It's not for those who stop when they feel tired, discouraged, or afraid. It's for those who wake up every day, put their feelings aside, and do what needs to be done. Too many people are waiting for the right time, the perfect mood, or the ideal conditions to take action. But the truth is, success doesn't wait for your emotions to catch up. It responds to discipline, determination, and execution. When you operate based on emotions, you hesitate, you procrastinate, you let fear talk you out of your destiny. But when you operate based on execution, you move forward no matter what. You rise above your feelings, silence the doubts, and do what needs to be done. Your goals don't care how you feel. That dream in your heart, it doesn't care if you're tired. The opportunity in front of you, it won't wait until you feel ready. You don't need more motivation, you need motion. You don't need another pep talk, you need to take action. The most successful people aren't the ones who feel like working every day. They're the ones who get up, show up, and execute even when they don't feel like it. So today, make up your mind. No more excuses, no more waiting for the perfect moment. The time is now. The power is in your hands. No emotions, only execution. Let's go out and make it happen. Too many people wait for the right mood to take action. They say, I'll start when I feel ready, or I'll give my best when I feel inspired. But the truth is, if you let emotions dictate your actions, you'll always be at their mercy. One day you'll feel motivated, the next you won't. And if you only move when you feel like it, you'll never be consistent enough to reach greatness. Emotions are like the weather, always changing, always shifting. Some mornings you wake up energized and ready to conquer the world. Other days you wake up drained, discouraged, and full of doubt. But here's the key. Your dreams don't care about your mood. The world doesn't pause for you to feel good before rewarding you. It rewards those who push forward regardless of their emotions. Think about the most successful people in the world. Do you think they wake up every single day excited, enthusiastic, and eager to work? Of course not. They feel tired. They feel doubtful. They face struggles just like everyone else. But what sets them apart is that they don't wait for emotions to give them permission to act. They show up, put in the work, and execute, whether they feel like it or not. Many people get stuck in a cycle of emotional decision making. One day they feel inspired and set big goals, but the next day, when motivation fades, they abandon those goals. This pattern repeats, leading to frustration, self-doubt, and lack of progress. The reason? They are letting their emotions control their actions instead of making a decision to commit, no matter how they feel. You must train yourself to operate beyond feelings. Success is a discipline, not a feeling. If you only work hard on the days you feel good, you'll never build the consistency needed to win. The greatest athletes don't train only when they feel strong. The best entrepreneurs don't work only when they feel excited. Champions show up daily, regardless of their emotions, because they understand that progress is built on habits, not feelings. Your mind will try to convince you to stay comfortable. It will whisper excuses. You're too tired. You can do it later. You're not in the mood. But champions recognize these as lies. They know that action must come first and emotions will follow. If you start moving, if you push through the resistance, momentum will build. Before long, you'll realize that motivation is not something you wait for. It's something you create through action. Imagine if a soldier in battle stopped fighting because he didn't feel like it. Imagine if a surgeon paused mid-surgery because they weren't in the mood to continue. Life doesn't work that way. The strongest people, the ones who change the world, are those who do what must be done regardless of how they feel. They have trained themselves to rise above their emotions and operate on commitment, not convenience. Your emotions are not the problem. Your response to them is. It's natural to feel tired, uninspired, or discouraged at times. But the question is, will you let those emotions control you, or will you take control of them? The moment you decide that your feelings don't dictate your actions, you become unstoppable. The difference between winners and dreamers is simple. Winners act despite how they feel. They don't wait for the perfect emotional state to take action. They know that execution is the bridge between where they are and where they want to be. If you learn to move forward, even on the hard days, even when you're uncertain, you'll build a foundation of discipline that can't be shaken. So stop waiting to feel ready. Stop hoping for a surge of motivation to push you forward. Take action now. Do what needs to be done, no matter how you feel, because feelings are unreliable, but execution is what changes your life. Too many people let emotions run their lives. They wait for motivation, inspiration, or the right feeling before they take action. But if you live by emotions, you will always be inconsistent. The most successful people don't rely on how they feel. They rely on discipline, commitment, and execution. Action is what moves mountains, not emotions. Think about it. How many times have you wanted to work out but didn't feel like it? How often have you planned to start a business, write a book, or learn a new skill, but you let your mood dictate whether you took the first step? This is where most people get stuck. They wait for motivation to strike. But motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. The only thing that creates real progress is action. Action builds momentum. When you take the first step, no matter how small, you create movement. That movement leads to more energy, and soon you find yourself in a flow. But if you sit around waiting for motivation, you will stay in the same place, making excuses, feeling frustrated, and watching others pass you by. You don't need another motivational speech. You need to take action, even when you don't feel like it. Champions don't ask, "Do I feel like it today?" They ask, "What needs to be done?" A soldier doesn't wait to feel inspired to go to war. A doctor doesn't wait for the perfect mood to perform surgery. They execute because the mission is bigger than their emotions. You must have the same mindset. Your goals are too important to be held hostage by how you feel in the moment. When you take action, your emotions will catch up. Have you ever dreaded doing something, but once you started, you got into it? That's because motion creates emotion. You don't wait to feel ready to work. You start working, and readiness follows. If you stop waiting for motivation and start focusing on execution, you'll find yourself getting more done in days than most people do in months. Successful people understand this. The days you don't feel like showing up are the most important days to show up. Those are the days that separate you from the rest. Anyone can work hard when they feel good, but champions push through when they're tired, discouraged, or uncertain. That's why they win. Most people let emotions control their actions. Winners let actions control their emotions. They don't let fear, doubt, or laziness dictate their future. They make a decision to act, and that decision creates momentum. If you train yourself to move forward, no matter what, you will start winning in every area of your life. Discipline beats feelings every time. Feelings are temporary, but discipline is permanent. When you make discipline a habit, you don't even have to think about whether you feel like doing something. You just do it. And the more you act, the less power your emotions have over you. Every dream, every goal, every breakthrough is waiting on the other side of action. So stop overthinking, stop doubting, stop waiting for the right feeling. The time is now. Take action, move forward. Let your actions drive your emotions, not the other way around. If you master this one principle, if you choose action over emotion every single day, you will become unstoppable. Your goals don't care if you're tired. They don't care if you had a long day. They don't care if you're not in the mood, if you're feeling discouraged, or if things aren't going your way. Success doesn't respond to feelings. It responds to discipline, consistency, and execution. Too many people let emotions dictate their actions. They say, "I'll work on my dreams when I feel motivated," or "I'll put in the effort when I have more energy." But guess what? Life doesn't wait for you to feel ready. If you only move when conditions are perfect, you'll never move at all. Your dreams are not going to knock on your door and beg you to chase them. Your goals don't care about your excuses. They are waiting on action, not emotions. You can either push forward or stay stuck where you are. But understand this, the world rewards those who execute, not those who hesitate. Think about an athlete training for a championship. Do you think they feel like running sprints every single morning? Do you think they wake up excited to lift weights, practice for hours, and endure the pain? No, but they do it anyway because they understand that the reward is greater than their feelings in the moment. They know that skipping a day, making an excuse, or waiting for motivation will only push them further from their goal. The difference between people who succeed and people who don't is simple. Successful people act despite their emotions. They don't wait until they feel like working. They work and then the feelings follow. They understand that greatness isn't about feeling good every day. It's about doing what needs to be done no matter what. Your goals demand consistency. They require you to show up even on the days you don't want to. Every time you push through your emotions and take action, you strengthen your discipline. And every time you let your feelings control you, you reinforce the habit of quitting. The hard truth is that nobody cares how you feel. The marketplace doesn't care if you're tired. It rewards results. Your competition doesn't care if you're having an off day. They're still working. The people who win in life are the ones who do the work regardless of their emotions. Feelings come and go, but your goals remain. If you're serious about success, you have to stop negotiating with your emotions. You have to wake up and commit to executing whether you feel like it or not. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is whether or not you did what needed to be done. So the next time you think about skipping the gym, putting off that project, or making an excuse, remind yourself, your goals don't care how you feel. Either you execute or you don't, and the choice is yours. Motivation is great, but it's unreliable. One day you wake up feeling energized, ready to take on the world. The next day you feel drained, distracted, and uninspired. If you rely on motivation alone, you'll always be inconsistent, and inconsistency is the enemy of success. Discipline, on the other hand, doesn't care about your mood. It doesn't depend on inspiration, excitement, or external energy. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. And that's what separates winners from everyone else. Think about elite athletes. Do you think they feel like waking up at 4 a.m. to train every single day? Do you think they always have the energy to push their bodies to the limit? Of course not. But they do it anyway because they've trained themselves to move beyond feelings and focus on execution. They don't wait for motivation, they rely on discipline. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the fire that keeps burning. You might feel motivated after watching an inspiring video, listening to a great speech, or setting a new goal. But what happens when that feeling fades? Most people stop. They say, I just don't feel motivated anymore. But disciplined people, they keep going. They push through. They keep taking action, whether they feel like it or not. Discipline builds consistency, and consistency produces results. If you only work when you feel motivated, you'll never build momentum. But if you make discipline your foundation, success becomes inevitable. You don't have to think about whether you feel like working, you just do it. And over time, that consistency compounds into something powerful. Successful people understand that motivation is a luxury, but discipline is a necessity. You can't afford to wait until you feel good to take action. Life doesn't reward those who start strong and quit when motivation fades. It rewards those who show up every single day, no matter how they feel. The truth is, discipline creates motivation. When you start taking action, even when you don't feel like it, you build momentum, and that momentum fuels your drive to keep going. So instead of waiting for motivation, just start. The more you act, the more motivated you become. Think about it like going to the gym. The hardest part is getting up and getting there. But once you start lifting, running, or pushing through the workout, you begin to feel better. The energy kicks in. That's because action creates motivation, not the other way around. So if you're serious about your goals, stop waiting to feel motivated. Stop looking for a perfect moment. Make discipline your default setting. Commit to showing up every day, no matter what, because in the end, motivation fades, but discipline lasts forever. Fear will tell you that you're not ready. It will whisper that you're not good enough, not talented enough, not smart enough. It will try to convince you that failure is too risky, that rejection is too painful, that stepping out of your comfort zone is too dangerous. But here's the truth. Fear is a liar. Fear is not reality. It's a story your mind creates to keep you stuck. It exaggerates the risks, magnifies the obstacles, and minimizes your potential. It makes you see failure as the end instead of a lesson. It makes you doubt yourself when you are more than capable. And if you believe it, if you let fear control your actions, you'll spend your life stuck in the same place, never realizing what you're truly capable of. Most of the things we fear never even happen. How many times have you worried about something only to realize later that it wasn't as bad as you thought? Fear makes problems look bigger than they are. It makes simple steps feel impossible. But the moment you take action, the moment you step forward despite the fear, you realize that it had no real power, only the power you gave it. Fear thrives on hesitation. The longer you wait, the stronger it grows. Every time you pause and second guess yourself, fear gains control. But when you move forward, even with shaky hands and a racing heart, fear starts to lose its grip. Action is the antidote to fear. Once you take that first step, the fear begins to fade and confidence starts to rise. The most successful people in the world feel fear too. But the difference is they don't let it stop them. They acknowledge it, but they don't obey it. They understand that fear is part of the journey, but they refuse to let it dictate their destiny. They feel the fear and do it anyway. Fear will tell you that you should wait until you're more prepared, that you need more time, that you need more information, but that's just another lie. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need 100% certainty. You need courage. You need the willingness to step out even when things aren't clear, because clarity comes through action, not through overthinking. Fear wants you to believe that failure is final, but failure is not the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone to success. Every mistake teaches you something. Every setback builds resilience. The only true failure is letting fear hold you back from even trying. If you let fear lead your life, you'll always be running from opportunities, running from challenges, running from the person you were meant to become. But the moment you stop running and start facing it head on, you'll see fear for what it really is. Just a shadow, just an illusion, just a voice that has no real power over you. The life you want, the dreams you have, the success you desire, it's all on the other side of fear. So stop letting it lie to you. Stop giving it control. Make the decision today. Fear will not stop me. Fear will not win, because fear is a liar, and I refuse to believe it. Excuses are the enemy of progress. They sound reasonable, they feel justified, and they give you temporary comfort, but they don't move you forward. You can have excuses or you can have results, but you can't have both. Every time you make an excuse, you delay your success. You tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow, I don't have enough time, I'm too tired, I don't have the right connections. But here's the truth. There will never be a perfect time. You will never feel completely ready. The conditions will never be ideal. And if you keep waiting for things to be easier, you'll be waiting forever. The people who succeed in life are not the ones with the best circumstances. They are the ones who refuse to make excuses. They find a way, no matter what. They don't complain about what they lack. They work with what they have. They don't wait for motivation. They create momentum through action. Think about every person who has ever accomplished something great. Do you think they had no obstacles, no challenges, no bad days? Of course they did. The difference is they pushed through. They refused to let their circumstances become their excuse. Instead, they used their challenges as fuel to work even harder. Excuses are a defense mechanism. They protect you from discomfort, from responsibility, from stepping out of your comfort zone. But success doesn't live in the comfort zone. If you want to grow, you have to stop looking for reasons why you can't and start focusing on how you can. Your goals don't care about your excuses. The world doesn't reward effort, it rewards results. You don't get points for almost starting. You don't get rewarded for intending to take action. You either execute or you don't. And if you don't, someone else will. Someone out there is getting up early, staying disciplined, and putting in the work while others are making excuses. Excuses also rob you of confidence. Every time you make an excuse, you reinforce a habit of quitting. You teach yourself that it's okay to back down. But when you stop making excuses and start taking action, you build self-respect. You prove to yourself that you are capable, strong, and in control of your own life. One of the biggest lies we tell ourselves is that we don't have time. But the truth is, it's never about time, it's about priorities. If something matters to you, you'll make time for it. If it doesn't, you'll make an excuse. So instead of saying, I don't have time, start saying, it's not a priority. And if that doesn't sit right with you, then change your actions. The greatest breakthroughs happen when you take full responsibility for your life, when you stop blaming circumstances, stop making excuses, and start making things happen. If you want success, if you want to win, if you want to level up your life, excuses cannot be part of your strategy. So let today be the day you stop explaining why you can't and start proving that you can. No more waiting, no more delays. No more excuses, because excuses don't produce results, action does. The difference between successful people and everyone else isn't talent, luck, or opportunity. It's their ability to act no matter how they feel. They don't let emotions dictate their decisions. They don't wait until they feel ready. They execute whether they are excited, exhausted, or uninspired. Too many people let emotions run their lives. If they feel motivated, they work hard. If they feel tired, they procrastinate. If they feel discouraged, they give up. But here's the truth. Feelings are temporary. If you let them control you, your results will always be inconsistent. Successful people don't let emotions decide their future. They let discipline and commitment take the lead. Think about an athlete training for a championship. Do they only practice when they feel like it? No. They show up every single day, whether they're motivated or not. A soldier doesn't wait to feel inspired before stepping onto the battlefield. A surgeon doesn't wait for the perfect mood to perform a life-saving operation. They execute because the mission is bigger than their emotions. Your goals don't care about your feelings. The world doesn't reward people for wanting success. It rewards those who take action. No one is going to ask, did you feel like working hard today? The only thing that matters is, did you get it done? Successful people understand this. Emotions are unpredictable, but habits are reliable. When you train yourself to act despite your emotions, you take control of your future. You develop the ability to push forward even when everything inside of you wants to quit. That's where real success is built. Not in moments of motivation, but in moments of discipline. Have you ever dreaded doing something, but once you started, you felt better? That's because action creates emotion, not the other way around. You don't wait to feel ready. You start moving, and the readiness follows. The biggest lie people believe is that they need to feel like it before they take action. But the truth is, taking action creates the motivation you're waiting for. Every time you push through emotions and take action, you build mental toughness. You train yourself to be resilient, to show up no matter what. And every time you let emotions stop you, you reinforce the habit of quitting. The question is, which habit are you strengthening? The people who achieve their dreams, who build businesses, who break records, who transform their lives, they are not superhuman. They are simply people who refuse to let emotions be in charge. They move forward on the days they felt like it and on the days they didn't. That's why they won. If you want to be successful, stop asking yourself how you feel and start asking yourself what needs to be done. Stop waiting for motivation and start relying on discipline. Because in the end, your emotions won't determine your future, but your actions will. Most people believe that motivation comes first and action follows. They wait until they feel inspired, energized, or ready before they take the first step. But that's not how success works. The truth is, motion creates motivation, not the other way around. Think about it. How many times have you dreaded starting something, only to feel better once you got into it? Maybe you didn't feel like going to the gym, but once you started working out, energy kicked in. Maybe you didn't want to sit down and work, but once you got going, you found your rhythm. That's because action generates momentum, and momentum fuels motivation. If you sit around waiting to feel like doing the work, you'll never start. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like the wind, but motion, that's something you can control. The moment you start moving, even in a small way, your brain shifts, your energy increases, you stop overthinking and start executing. Successful people don't wait for motivation, they create it. They understand that getting started is the hardest part, so they don't overanalyze, they don't procrastinate, and they don't negotiate with their feelings. They take action first, and the motivation follows. Imagine a car sitting still. It takes a lot of energy to get it moving, but once it's rolling, momentum takes over, and it becomes easier to keep going. Your mind works the same way. The hardest part is overcoming inertia. Once you do, everything starts flowing. This is why small steps matter. You don't need to feel 100% ready to start. Just take a small action. Write one sentence, do one push-up, make one phone call. Once you begin, your brain shifts from resistance to engagement, and suddenly it's easier to keep going. The mistake most people make is thinking they need to be motivated first. That's why they stay stuck. They wait, they hesitate, they overthink. But successful people, they move. They understand that movement itself generates energy, focus, and inspiration. Every time you push through and take action, you prove to yourself that you are in control. Not your emotions, not your doubts, not your excuses. And every time you wait for motivation, you reinforce the habit of hesitation. Which habit are you building? The secret is simple. Don't wait to feel motivated. Get moving, because once you start, everything changes. Motion creates momentum. Momentum creates motivation, and motivation creates results. So take the first step right now. Every single day you wake up is a fresh opportunity to move closer to your goals. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. It doesn't matter if you failed last week or struggled last month. Today is a new chance to take action, to grow, and to execute. Too many people waste their days waiting for the right time. They tell themselves they'll start next Monday, next month, or next year. But the truth is, the only time you have is right now. There is no perfect moment. There is no magical day when everything falls into place. The people who win in life are the ones who take action today, not someday. Think about how much changes in a year. Where you'll be 12 months from now depends entirely on what you do each day. Every workout, every decision, every small step adds up. Your future isn't built in one big moment. It's built in the daily choices you make. That's why you can't afford to waste a single day. Every morning you have two options. Let the day control you or take control of the day. Successful people don't let life happen to them, they take charge. They wake up with intention. They understand that each day is a building block for their dreams. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you feel stuck. Maybe things haven't gone your way. But guess what? You still have today, and that means you still have a chance to start over, a chance to push forward, a chance to prove to yourself that you are stronger than your circumstances. Most people let their past define them. They dwell on mistakes, on missed opportunities, on failures. But every morning, life hands you a reset button. You don't have to stay where you are. You can wake up and decide to be better, to work harder, to show up in a new way. Excuses will try to rob you of today's opportunity. You might tell yourself, I'll do it when I feel ready. But let me tell you something. Readiness is a myth. You don't need to feel ready to start. You need to start, and then the readiness follows. The people who succeed in life don't have more time than you. They don't have fewer problems or an easier path. They just use their days differently. They see each morning as a new chance to get ahead, to sharpen their skills, to take one more step toward their dreams. So what are you going to do with today? Are you going to let it slip away, or are you going to take advantage of it? Because today is not just another day, it's an opportunity. And it's yours for the taking. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success. No one is going to push you every single day. That's your job. The power to change your life, to reach your goals, to break through every limitation, it's already inside you. Too many people walk through life waiting for the right opportunity, waiting for someone to believe in them, waiting for the perfect moment. But here's the truth. You don't need permission to go after what you want. You don't need someone to tell you you're capable. You already are. The problem isn't a lack of opportunity, it's a lack of belief. People talk themselves out of greatness because they don't realize how much power they have. You are not weak. You are not stuck. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are powerful beyond measure. The only thing stopping you is the story you keep telling yourself about why you can't. The moment you take full responsibility for your life is the moment everything changes. No more blaming, no more excuses, no more waiting. Your future is in your hands. You don't control everything that happens to you, but you do control how you respond. You control your effort, your discipline, your mindset, and those things, they determine your success. Life is going to test you. You will face obstacles. You will have bad days. You will experience setbacks. But the people who win in life are the ones who refuse to back down. They get knocked down and get back up. They push through the struggle because they know power isn't given, it's taken. Look around you. Every success story started with someone who decided to take control, someone who refused to settle, someone who understood that their destiny wasn't in someone else's hands, it was in their own. And most people on stage in that way, someone was in pain, and you have that same ability. You are not ordinary. You were not created to live a small life. You were built for more. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. Stop waiting for someone to believe in you. Believe in yourself. Step up. Take action. Own your life, because at the end of the day, it all comes down to this. You have the power. What are you going to do with it? Everything you need to succeed is already inside you. The discipline, the strength, the resilience. It's all there. You don't need more time. You don't need more motivation. You don't need permission. You just need to execute. Your goals don't care how you feel. Your future doesn't wait for the perfect moment. Fear will try to lie to you, but you are stronger than fear. Excuses won't give you results, only action will. And action starts right now. No more waiting, no more hesitation, no more negotiating with yourself. The life you want, the success you desire, the greatness inside you, it all comes down to what you do today. So make the decision, step up, take control, because in the end, it's not about what you thought about doing or what you planned to do. It's about what you actually did. So go, execute, win, because this is your time.